Hi, this is Ogres once again, and this video is on the NXT Takeover Vengeance Day. NXT Takeover Vengeance Day that took place on the 14th of February or the 15th here in Australia, and I just watched that yesterday in full. It took me 2 whole days, the last 2 days to watch it, but yeah, I finally watched it. And I was actually pretty happy with this takeover. It was a lot better than War Games. War Games was kind of 60-40 for me, but that was still a good takeover. But this one was a lot better. So yeah. So okay, I'll get into the show. But yeah, this was Mercedes Martinez's first takeover event, I believe. MSK as well. Let's see who else. I believe this was Pete Dunne's first NXT Championship main event on a takeover that I can remember. He was the NXT UK champion at one point, but yeah, this is his first real main event on NXT. Who else? Oh yeah, in regards to Karrion Kross, he confronts, he has a message again Santos Escobar has a message for Karrion Kross, but William Regal makes sure that there's a match between Karrion Kross and Santos Escobar following next week's episode of NXT the 17th, which I watched yesterday. But I'll get into that when I do my review on that episode of NXT. But this is about NXT Takeover Vengeance Day. Now, the first match on the show is Shotzi and Ember versus Raquel and Dakota. This was the finals match in the Women's Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic match. Tag Team Classic, and I wrote it down properly this time. And Raquel and Dakota won by pinfall. It was a competitive back and forth match, but they will get a future Women's Tag Team Championship match against the current champions Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. It will be on the 3rd of March, I believe, which is, as of recording this video right now, I think it's 10 to 11 days from now, I believe, in the US. And that will be on the March 3rd episode of NXT. Then match number 2 is Johnny Gargano versus Kushida. Gargano's versus Kushida for the NXT North American Championship. He's the champion going in, and he manages to retain by pinfall and still the NXT North American champion. And there was a pre-match Austin Theory getting abducted by Dexter Lumis. Haven't seen that before. That plays into the NXT episode, the recent NXT episode. I'll get into that when I review that one. And then the third match on the Takeover show is MSK versus Grizzled Young Veterans in the Men's Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic Finals, which I just watched last night. And MSK is made up of Wesley and Nash Carter. Grizzled Young Veterans is made up of James Gibson and I'm not sure who the other guy is. Hang on, let me have a look. Grizzled Young Veterans, here we go. Here we go, yeah. So the other guy's name is James Drake, apparently. I had it before, James Drake. So there you go. And MSK made their first takeover debut, and they won by pinfall after, I think it was Wesley got the pinfall on James Drake. I need to go back and to check the results to see if I'm correct on that or not. But yeah, they won the Men's Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic, so they'll get a future NXT Tag Team Championship match against Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch on the same episode, I believe. It's March 3rd, which is next month. And then match number 4, which I watched last night, was between Io Shirai is the champion going in versus Toni Storm versus Mercedes Martinez in the NXT Women's title triple threat match. And Io Shirai won, but she did it after taking advantage of Toni Storm's work and pinning Mercedes Martinez. So Toni Storm has a case for being the top contender because she wasn't pinned in this match. But yeah, Io Shirai won and is still the NXT Women's Champion. And then the last match on the show is the main event, and it's match number 5. Finn Balor's the NXT Champion going in versus Pete Dunne for the NXT Championship. And it was competitive. It was like 25 to 30 minutes. It was a long match. I'm surprised I watched the whole way through. That was just last night. It was like a few hours ago. And he won by pinfall. And then there was a post-match segment with Lorcan and Birch coming in to attack Finn Balor, and then Pete Dunne joined in. And then the Undisputed Era came out. Adam Cole, Roderick Strong, Kyle O'Reilly, and Adam Cole all came in to save Finn Balor. And then after Balor was helped up by Kyle O'Reilly, he was having a look around, and Riley, he wasn't sure whether to trust him, but O'Reilly wanted, he wanted to get his trust. They did the Undisputed Era pose. I don't know how they do it exactly. They do that pose. I can't get it exactly. And then Finn Balor did his the finger guns thing. He was the second in the four men lineup. And then Adam Cole in the end booted him in the jaw, and then Kyle O'Reilly and Strong were upset at that. And then Adam Cole, while he was talking to Strong, turned around and then he super kicked Kyle O'Reilly. So he turned heel on the Undisputed Era side. Looks like that group may have broken up. I'll know for sure on the next episode of NXT when I do that review. I just watched that NXT episode just a couple of hours ago. So that was on the 20th of February. And that episode would have aired on the network, on the WWE network, on the Friday, which was on the 19th. So it was the day. It went on the network the day after I watched it, the day before I watched it. If that makes any sense, yeah. Anyway, I give this NXT Takeover Vengeance Day A grade. It was actually all very good. The last 3 matches on the card, I didn't fall asleep. I managed to watch them all the way through. The first 2, I fell asleep after that, which was on the 19th. So I watched the last 3 just last night. Yeah, I thought it was a very good show. It's a good build-up for the next episode of NXT and what's going to happen. Going into the March 3rd episode with the NXT Tag Team titles and the Women's Tag Team titles matches. Let me know what you thought about the show in the comments below. I will do a review on the NXT episode from February 17th. You know what? Yeah, I'm not going to wait till morning to record it. I'm going to record it right after this video. So, this has been Okas. Peace out.